Welcome to today's bike ride. It's Saturday, probably March the 2nd, maybe? Whatever, doesn't matter. I think we're in March now anyway. Pretty cold today, it's probably 6 degrees, 7 degrees, overcast. It's a good day for cycling. So today I'm out on my mountain bike, my old mountain bike. It's a Marin Bear Valley from 2000, I think. Maybe a bit before, 1999, 98. It's old anyway, had it a long time. It's been a good bike over those years. I don't think I've had any faults with it. I had a broken spoke, but just recently I've started using it, and the gears have been slipping under load, which is a bit annoying to say the least. So when you stand up, put some torque, put some effort into the chain, it slips, and that's really not what you want. It can hurt your knees for a start, but also it slips enough and you're standing up and you're putting full effort in. Well, I'll leave your imagination to the rest. So anyway, I decided to buy a new chain because obviously the chain had stretched. So I got a new chain, an SRAM something, 109, 119 or something. 9-speed, be very careful when you buy chains. It's actually specified for the number of gears that you've got. Shit wagging. So they're slim. They're slimmer or thinner than a 8-speed chain, because obviously you've got to get in between the gearing. So yeah, I got myself a 9-speed SRAM chain, and I put it on and it slipped even more. It was shocking. Every turn of the pedal it was slipping. So the next step was to get a new cassette. So I bought a new cassette, not from Wiggle for a change. I bought it from Halfords. It's about the same price, and they had it in to pick up on the day. So got myself a new cassette, put the cassette on, and now I'm testing it. Doesn't seem to be slipping anymore, and that's what today's ride is about. Test out the mountain bike, test out the new chain and the new cassette, and see if it's alright. When I looked at the old cassette, the teeth were almost pointed. And look at the new one, they got a flat top. So I'm kind of thinking that the cassette was completely knackered along with the chain. But it is 20 odd years old, so I've had good value out of it, I suppose. Had a few other changes on the bike, but apart from that, it's pretty much original. So I'm going to do my standard route and go through Garling's Green, and then I'm going to look for some bridle ways. I know there is one around there somewhere, so I'm going to look for a bridle way which will hopefully take me to Charlton. And that should be a good test for the new stuff, the new chain and the new cassette. A bit of off-road. See how it deals with that. Try it in the lowest gears, maximum torque. And if it survives that, it should be okay. Hopefully I'll fix it. I've replaced the front derailleur on this bike as well, because it didn't actually break, but a small spring disappeared on the old Shimano Dior Mega Drive. Kit that was originally fitted. So I replaced it with an Altus 3-speed front derailleur. So yeah, the difference in quality between the old Shimano Dior Mega Drive and the Altus front derailleur is incredible. The old one was, I think it was made out of stainless steel. It was really, really good quality. Polished and smooth. Really good quality. But the Altus, it looks like it's been pressed out by the billion in a Chinese factory somewhere. You know, the edges are still sharp. But it works. But there's a huge quality difference between 20 years ago. Okay, alright, I'm going to take it slow down the hill because I'm not 100% confident in this bike, to be honest. It is solid as a rock, but when you change something, it's best to be a bit cautious, just in case it falls off. Feels alright. Makes a lot of noise compared to the road bike. Big bump. Woo! The tyres and the gears and everything. It's a lot more noise. It's fun to ride though. Soaks up the bumps. Like a road bike. Feel everything. So this is my mountain bike. It's Marin Bear Valley, 2000, I think, maybe a bit earlier. It's pretty original. It's got the original Manitou forks. Grips have changed because they disintegrated. That's the Altus front derailleur. It's really poor quality compared to the old Shimano Dior. That's authentic, that's the real Shimano Dior. Rear derailleur, Mega Drive. And that's the cassette that I changed the other day. It's got a new chain. It's had a new tyre. The front tyre is still original. The rear tyre blew out the sidewall. That's it. It's still authentic, really. It's a great bike. Solid as a rock. I've put the rear pannier on as well, because one day I hope to do a bit of touring on it. That's why I'm trying to get it up to spec now. Get it sorted. I'll put some new flat pedals on. They're nuke proof, I think. and they replaced the old toe clip pedals that came with it. But yeah, that's my Marin. Let's go and take it off road. So just coming into my usual Darling's Green now. It's a lovely hamlet, just a few houses, telephone box and post box. Normally I'd go over to the right there and down the hill, but this time I'm going to go down here. Just looking on the map, it looks like there's some sort of bridle way. I could be wrong. Let's go and have a look. Hope we get told off. There's definitely bikes been coming along here. Squeeze through. They've been chopping logs. This is Dangerwood, owned by the county council. Looks like there has been bikes down here, so not the only one. Doesn't mean it's right. But I'm not a motorbike. And some of these tracks have been around for hundreds of years. Before the roads, people used to walk between villages. They didn't take the long route, like the roads, they took the shortcut. And this is the shortcut that they probably took between Darling's Green and, I don't know, wherever this goes to. It's nice and steep. Our rates are good. Well, just met some nice walkers who say that this really has been used as a bridle path. Horses use it, annoyingly motorbikes use it, but it seems it is a bridle path, and if you go in the other direction as well you can get up to Soul Street, so I'm definitely going to explore that another time. It'll be really interesting. Like I say, most of these paths were shortcuts that have been used for hundreds of years. Before everyone had a horse and cart, people walked everywhere. So that's like a bit of a chalk pit dug into the side of the hill. Another farmer, don't fall down there. So yeah, these are just paths that were used historically for people to get from A to B. Yep, I'll get rid of that. It's a nice downhill section. Back down to Charlton. That was a really good test of the mountain bike, really. I'm really happy with that. No slipping. Nice bit of off-roading. Beautiful bit of woodland. So back in my stall. So that's the end of today's bike ride. Short and sweet. It's really just a test to see if my maintenance on my bike was any good, on my mountain bike. I said I changed the chain, changed the cassette because the chain was slipping badly. It seems to have fixed it now. It seems to be back to new. Just the rear derailleur needs a little adjustment. It's just slightly over travelling into the wheel, but that's nothing. So great. It's been a decent cycle ride. Found a few interesting tracks through the woods. It was a footpath, but I met some people on there and said that people have been using it for horses and even motorbikes have been going through there, so I'm not sure it's an issue, me just slowly riding a bike through the woods. But you know, these paths are to share, I think, but not for motorcyclists. And I say most of those paths have been around for hundreds of years. They're just shortcuts that people use to get between villages. So that's why they exist in the first place. Nope. Right. So those paths, yeah, they didn't exist because that's how people got around in the day. Not everyone had a horse or a horse and cart. They walked between villages and they took the shortest path available, which was across the fields and through the woods. So just because they didn't have bikes, the dog only had 3 legs. What little things.